Hey guys, it's Ed. Well, I haven't put a video on in a while, but I can show you what I've been up to. Um, I go from one, extent to another. This is a model train layout. Freaking Craigslist, gets me in trouble all the time. This guy, local guy, older guy, probably in his 70s, really nice guy. He has been building this train for 40 years. It's a G scale. It's a big train, and he had sold most of the rolling stock, most of the car or the engines, but he had the track stuck to a board. Now, I didn't make a video while I was at his house. I didn't just think that was cool. But I do have a picture, which I'll post in here. I'll edit it in so you guys can kind of see what we started with. It was huge. We're talking 20 by 40 feet, several runs. Tables were, 4 by 8 by like 20, 30 feet long, 40 feet long. I don't know. It was just a massive thing. Now, this is G scale. This is garden scale. To give you a clue, that in the back of my truck, see, this is my truck, is full of track. These garbage bags, full of track. This one here, full of track. Problem is, if you guys look, we lost a tie here. He glued the stuff down, which is very common. You use white glue, and then you put your ballast down between your rails. And this is all brass. It's LGB, which is it's a German manufacturer, been around since 1968. It's expensive stuff to buy originally, but he was giving it away. All I had to do was tear it up. Well, I really, as you guys could see, and maybe in those pictures, I'll try to put up. He sent me a couple pictures with his rolling stock. I'll show you those two. I'll post those up in. You'll see that there's a lot of scenery, and like I said, this guy is a really nice guy. I mean, just like this tree right here. He told me he's got like 100 of these, and it's probably broke, but it is. But this tree right here, he says took like 4 hours. There were bigger ones. Actually, this was probably one of the big ones, but you can see that it broke off. And I tried to save some of them. I have an HO layout. I don't think I've ever showed you guys the HO that I was building, which is your smaller, way smaller train. But you guys can see all the track. I mean, there is literally thousands of pieces of track, I think. I mean, there's just tons of it in here. There's some books over there. I just threw them in. They're old catalogs, I think. The LGB. Let me grab one here. These are from the 90s. I see one over there from the year I graduated high school. But you can see this is like the size of the layout, like really big stuff. So interesting little things. I don't know. I'll probably throw them out, but because they're old catalogs. But I took them just to get them out of here. But yeah, there is an absolute ton of track in here. I mean, I was bagging it up to try to bring it out, and I just gave up on it. Just started bringing it out in big arms full. Of course, it's in his basement. Tons of wood. I'll show you. I tried to save a lot of the wood. Some of this plywood here. It's kind of a nice piece of plywood. I was able to save that. But like I said here, look at this layout. How long does that take to make, these rocks and stuff? Even though, these are the same rock I can see. These were made from a form. But still, to make these outcroppings and to do all this stuff, it takes hours and hours and hours, and he's been building this track for over 40 years, so it's pretty amazing. But yeah, see that pile of mess? I guess I'm an idiot, but I could have gone in and took the track in about 4 hours. Actually, probably 3 hours. And we could have had the track. My buddy and I helped me peel all this track out. And, you know, and we could have left and just left him. He's moving. He's moving closer to family. He's getting up there in age, and him and his wife. And I probably could have just, you know, left him this mess. And it would have, you know, he could have paid somebody to come in and tear it all apart, because I put another 4 hours in just to remove one table. And I'm probably going to go back and I'm going to take out another table for him, and you know, try to help him a little bit moving this stuff out. I mean, even if this track is worth $1 a section, you know, I mean, it's, you know, here's a piece, you know, but you can see the ballast stuck in between them. But I'm thinking I can knock some of that out, or maybe I could even soak it. But if that's worth $1, I mean, there's got to be, I don't know, 500 pieces in here, thousands of feet. So I don't know. I mean, $500. I suppose I can give the guy another day's worth of work or so just to knock that stuff out. Plus, I'll end up with, he gave me an engine that he had. It's not the greatest. It's an LGB engine. It's a little tired, beat up, but it runs, it goes, which is cool. He gave me a couple cars. He gave me a ton. He gave me just, you know, well, here's my truck. It's a mess in here, but okay. You can see there's the gate things, and there's these things, and there's bridges, and there's another car. This is a speaker car. I think it makes noises. There's a person over there. There's boxes of stuff. There's, that's kind of annoying. Shut that thing up. There's that's a longhouse, like you would, you know, you can see the big doors kind of. It came out pretty good, but it just kind of fell apart once I got it out. But I think you could put it back together relatively easily. I was trying to be very careful. I don't even know what's all back in there. There's a couple more houses, structures. So, yeah, there's just a ton of stuff. So, anyway, guys, you know, another project for Ed, because Ed has no projects, and, you know, he's always bored, and he can never come up with anything to do besides go to work for 40 hours and try to spend time with his wife and 2 kids. You know, or not spend time with your wife and 2 kids. Maybe that's the solution. But anyway, oh yeah, here, my buddy Dennis gave me this. What do you think about this guy? Check out that old helmet. It had Den written on it because his name's Dennis. I'm not sure the rebel flag on the top of it is copacetic anymore, but back in the day it was. And it's all sparkly. You can see it's got the red metal flake going on, so she's all cool. And actually does fit on my head. I do look like a goob in it, but it fits. So, as you can see, the snow is still here. I think it'll probably be here till about August. So, we got about 2.5 feet out of that big storm we had, and then we had another about 3 or 4 inches yesterday, and that just melted right off today. It's cold out here. It's probably just borderline freezing. 32 degrees of water, and the mud puddle is still there. Gets kind of gushy out here. You can see my board road. But anyway, guys, I'm going to head back inside and maybe have a little dinner. I just wanted to show you guys what we've been up to, and I guess we'll talk later. Thanks for watching, subscribing, commenting, and just let me know if you think I'm crazy for doing all this work for just a bunch of old brass track. Bye.